background, how you know about Nu Skin, and what made you decide to do the business. Maybe we start with Andrew.
Hi everyone, my name is Andrew. I think first of all, I'd like to acknowledge everyone who has been here since 8:30, right? Yeah, okay, so give yourself a big hand. So, my name is Andrew, I'm 28 this year. So prior to Nu Skin, I was actually a personal trainer. So being a personal trainer has always been my career aspiration because, I love training people, guys and ladies, in the gym. But however, after a few years of working, I realized that my career aspiration has become a chore. At a point of time, I was, that's my transformation. Actually, I have a better picture, but it's okay. Thank you, Hasu. Okay, so I realized that at a point of time, after working for a few years, what I really craved was actually freedom. Freedom to do the things that I want, especially like traveling with my friends and spending time with my parents. And that was the one of the main important reason that got me thinking that if I continue to do what I do for the next 10 or 20 years, right, would I be able to live the life I want? So the answer is no, and that is why I'm here in Nu Skin today. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Ice. So I'm a fashion designer. So I've been in fashion business for like 20 over years, ever since 1998. So I used to have 3 retail boutiques, and after that I moved to online business. And right now I still design, but only once in a while. I only design for my very special and privileged customer. So I'm also a mother of a 17-year-old girl. Okay, yeah, that's all. That's my background.
Can I have a show of hands? How many of you are very new in this business? Very new. I mean, haven't even submitted letter of intent. A few. So hopefully that our sharing today will be relatable to you. My name is Hock Sing, and I've been with this company for Nu Skin business close to 19 years. So you can know how old I am. Prior to joining Nu Skin, I was manufacturing industry for 17 years, yes. And then at the age of 40, I bumped into Dr. James Chia, which is doing financial planning, and I very quickly, he pointed out to me that my second half of my life may not be so rosy already. So I don't know how many of you already midlife. At that moment, I was told that if I will work very hard for the next 10, 20 years, I may have nothing left. Not enough saving, no health, and worse still, may not have relationship that close to my family. So a very simple answer is look at the Nu Skin opportunity, and it provides everything that I want: the freedom, probably the health to stay young, and probably don't burden our children, our loved one. And most importantly, I realized that like playing any games, I do not want to lose in the second half. Right? First half doesn't matter. Second half must win. Thank you.
You didn't really say how did you get into the Nu Skin business?
So around 3.5 years ago, I was approached by my sponsor, which is Angie on the streets. So she actually did a survey on the streets, asking me to help her fill up something. So she invited me down to take a look at Nu Skin. So back then, I knew it was network marketing. And actually previously, I was exposed to a different network marketing company. But long story short, the company went bust. And I never thought that I would go back into network marketing, which I will touch more later. And she introduced me. I was very skeptical, but after a few weeks of doing my due diligence, I researched about the company, and most importantly, Angie was very smart. She had me to meet my sponsor, my mentor in life, which is one MDC, Hock Sing. And I think what really got me started was I saw his lifestyle. I was very attracted to his lifestyle. The simple fact that he was able to spend time with his mom every morning for breakfast. That to me was priceless, and that was the time, that the day that it got me started to take a look at Nu Skin. So I'm forever grateful to them. Thank you.
Okay, for me, right, actually, I was introduced to Nu Skin way back if I can recall, it was 2001. Okay, that time I have a boutique at Bugis Junction. And one of my fashion customer, her name is called, she's a Mediacorp artist. Her name is called He Yongfang. So she came to my shop. I remember that day I was dressing her, you know, and then she asked me, she said, have you heard about Nu Skin? I think that time Nu Skin was very new. They just came to Singapore. Then I said, no. Then she said, the skincare not bad, you know, you want to try or not? Then, because for the past so many years, I've been using like doctor skincare product. So I was like kind of like sick of using doctor skincare product. Then when I look at the face, not bad. Then she said, come, I send you there. And straight away after she buy my clothes, she drove me to Park Mall, Nu Skin. So she signed me up. And then I bought very simple skincare range. I think that time was Nutri-Essential. I remember I used body bar to wash my face, toner and a moisturizer. This is the 3 things that I bought. And she never tell me it's a business. I don't know what is, I know that Nu Skin, I thought it's a skincare company. She never shared with me it's a business or whatsoever. And that's it. And I used it for about 1.5 years. And after I got pregnant in 2003 and I stopped using, okay? So fast forward to 2014. Okay, so nobody tell me about what is Nu Skin until 10 over years later, the year 2014, when I decided not to continue my retail business and I want to move online. And then I went to a networking event and I know this lady called NG, okay? And then when we exchanged our name card, I was really, you know, because I think that here I'm also looking for an opportunity because when I want to move to online business, I'm also on the lookout of, you know, what can I do? So when I go to this event, right, this lady and me, we exchanged name card. And then when I saw a card, it says Nu Skin, I was like, wow, Nu Skin's still around, you know. I was like, long time ago, you know, I was like, I haven't used this product. And then the next I saw the card, it wrote, we create millionaires. So, you know, I told you that, I shared you all that I'm looking for opportunity. So this sentence, we create millionaires, somehow made me excited. So I asked her, how your company create millionaires? And I don't know what is NRM, really, I don't know what is NRM. So she showed me how Nu Skin create millionaires, and then she introduced me to our mentor, Jun Wen. So that was how I started. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask Andrew, okay, like you say you saw another network marketing company before you joined Nu Skin, and that you say you would probably never do network marketing after that experience. So, but now you're in it, what? So, what made you decide to build Nu Skin, you know?
So at a point of time when I was burned, I remember I was there in the network marketing company for at least 2 years. And did pretty well. We had a lot of sales, but however, one day the company just said, you know, the lawyer took the money and ran because it was a Ponzi scheme, right? It was a Ponzi scheme, and it wasn't a very good time at a point of time. So when I was introduced to Nu Skin, I was very skeptical and the last person you would think to do network marketing again. But I think at a point of time it was the right time because after the failure of the network marketing company, I went to work as a personal trainer. I was very tired of working. I was working 6 days a week and 12 hours a day. I was burnt out. And I think it was the right timing. And when MJ introduced me to Nu Skin, right, like I said, I saw who are the people who are doing the business. I thought that Nu Skin was just for housewives initially, no offense. I thought it was for housewives, and when I see it, then I was saying like, hey, there are so many professionals. We have like lawyer, doctor, bankers, you know. So these people, right, they are not stupid, right? So I asked myself, is there something that I do not see? You know, so I did my due diligence. I went to do the research. Yes, I agree. There are many network marketing companies out there, right? They are bad. But it doesn't mean that, I told myself that it doesn't mean that if today I eat chicken rice, right, for instance, you love chicken rice? Yeah. If I eat this store, maybe the food sucks, maybe I got food poisoning. Doesn't mean that I don't eat chicken rice for my whole life, right? Yeah, so most importantly, people are entitled to their opinions, but I trust track records. I went to do my research. Nu Skin has fantastic track records. It's been 35 years, 55 countries, and most importantly, right, products innovation is fantastic. And then we have created more than 1,600 USD $1 million circle members already. So I think that itself says something. So, I saw that, I just tipped my toe and I never looked back. So that was the reason why. Thank you.
Okay, so Ice, you run your own fashion business. Of course, you have challenges there. But what do you feel is your biggest challenge in the Nu Skin business, and how do you overcome it?
Okay, I think biggest challenges is myself. Because I remember when I first started this business, right? I think too much about how other people feel about me. It's like everything I do, I was like, I don't know whether, what they think about me, And because of that, I think it stops me from doing so much more. And then keep on worry about what people would think if I show them this and that. It's like when I show people about skincare, I was thinking, as if your skin very good, It's like, you have to go and show people the skincare, how good this and that. So a lot of all these issues stop me, and it become very, very challenging for me. And also, I think because I am a very introvert person, so doing this business, I start to get out of my comfort zone and to get and know a lot of new people to share about the business and the product, which is really step out of my comfort zone because I don't usually do that. And also public speaking. Yeah, this business sometimes you are required to like now, you have to share, with so many people. So these are really my challenges.
So how do you overcome all these?
How I overcome? Because when I really know what this business can give it to me, I decided to face my fear, every single fear. And then I also think, I think I overthink in the beginning about what other people feel and what they think about me. So I just put this aside because when I really know what this business can give it to me, I just want to do it, So this is how I overcome. And then, and I really seriously feel that the products helps me. So I feel that when I share with people, I'm giving them something that is good, in terms of skincare, because it really helps my skin. So I'm sharing something that actually helps me in terms of supplement also. So I feel that I'm actually helping them. So it makes me really very daring when I share with people right now. So this is how I overcome. And also public speaking, because I know that, by sharing my story, I'll be able to inspire others as well. So instead of, so afraid, I just step out of my comfort zone and just go out and share.
You see, so if you are the only one who thinks that you are scared to do this business, if you're the only one who thinks that you don't have the skill set or the mindset, actually all of us do, right? The only difference is that the people who make it, they overcome their fears. They are prepared to learn new things. Don't you think so?
Yes.
Right? Okay, so Hock Seng, you are the wisest of all of us here, right? Yeah, the wisest. Yeah, with a lot of experience. So you have seen all kinds of people come in and build a business. So what sort of people you think succeed in Nu Skin?
I think this question was often asked. Can everybody do Nu Skin and succeed in Nu Skin? Answer is yes, because as long as you got a loving heart, you love yourself, you love people, it sure can succeed. But to do exceptionally well, to do very well or succeed past, I think I saw three characteristics, quite common one. One is hungry for success. I mean, this word is not so nice, but when you think of it, right, if you don't want something badly, a person probably will go slow, and that is one of the trap, right? So for me, because I want to achieve, have spend good times with my parents before they leave. I really want that badly because I left them for 40 years and I'm still living with them for 40 years. I want to have that happen badly, so we work hard for that. So I realized my success can wait, but they cannot wait. So I have to be quick, So the second thing is, I think, willingness to change. This is quite obvious. I always say that if my mate like that can produce the outcome is a square box, and I know the next outcome is a round one. I want the round one. I have to change myself, to produce a round outcome. But many people thought that I want to be myself and produce a different outcome. Difficult. So those people who succeed fast, the speed of their success depends on the speed of change. This is quite crucial. The third point I thought crucial was probably people who can work hard, willing to work hard. Because willing to work hard doesn't mean that you have to work hard and be bitter about it. You can work hard and enjoy it. Because you know the purpose of why you do it and work hard for a short period of time, then you can enjoy what people can enjoy. This is what I saw. I hope it helps.
Totally agree. Right, so we must be prepared for change. And the hard work, like what Hock Seng says, actually we're having a lot of fun. Right? This is hard work? Not really, right? But this is part of the work, you know what I'm saying? Right? But it's not that hard, isn't it? I mean, let me ask question, not very hard. Correct? Okay, so Andrew, you know, like you talk about this being a seemingly ladies' business initially when you saw it, right? And you're a gym guy, so obviously, you know, it's a macho kind of business. So what do you see Nu Skin business as a man? What advantage you think you have?
When I first started, I remember my sponsor Angie. She asked me to do a spa on a person's face. Then I was a bit uncomfortable at first because, you know, I'm a personal trainer, my background, and I've not done this before. You know, I've not even done this for my parents in the past. You know, so I was a bit, you know, I held back a bit. But after, you know, listening to many leaders, successful leaders in this business, right? Then I came to think about it. Hey, it's not just what I want, but it's what the market wants. You know, do you know that actually a lot of major lingerie brands are run by men as well? And nowadays, if you go to departmental stores, right, actually a lot of stuff are all ladies' products, right? Men usually one corner, one small corner, then you can get it, you know. But most importantly, what I saw was a business. It's just like, if today, initially when I first started, I saw it as probably just selling skincare products, right? But if today you see, you know what our leaders say, if you see Ya Kun just selling coffee or eggs, right? You don't see it. You know, it is a business behind the product. So after that, when after listening to these leaders, I realized Nu Skin is it's a global business that allows you to build franchises around 55 countries. I think that's amazing, right? Isn't it? Right? And most importantly, I realized for me, myself, it's not just about skincare products. You know that if you've been exposed to Nu Skin, we have TR90, right? And you know nowadays men are not just ladies, men also love to take care of themselves. And I think TR90 itself is a very fantastic program. It allows us to duplicate it, it allows us to add value to other people in terms of their body shape. I think that also aligns to, you know, what I was doing previously. But if, you know, whatever these products, you know, it doesn't really align to what you guys are doing, it's okay, because most importantly, it's what the market wants. Every day people wake up, they need to brush their teeth, right? They need to bathe, right? They need to eat their vitamins, right? So let's say if today I'm using LumiSpa, you guys heard of LumiSpa, right? So if today, you just imagine I have 30 customers, every morning I wash my face, right? 30 customers do the same thing as me. 30 customers take their vitamins every morning, they wash from head to toe. And that's how I earn what I call a residual income. And it's not just in Singapore, it's spread out over 55 countries. I think that's amazing. Yeah, so that was why I, you know, continue doing it. So thank you.
Yeah, so very commonly, you know, what we will see, people will come and try to explore a business, and then either they say, oh, it's a ladies' business, that's one. The other one they say, it's not my passion, it's not my interest. Don't you think so? Maybe some of you are thinking, it's not my interest lah. You know, it's not my field of study, right? It's not my expertise. What all of us have here is that none of it came as a passion because of skincare. Maybe ice. No, right? I don't know, right? Or none of us went to MLM school also, right? And none of us, when we were young, our parents said, when you grow up, do MLM, right? So what we're trying to say is that there is, because of this platform that gives us the life that we are going to live, the lifestyle that we want to get, then we are prepared to learn the uncomfortable things. Okay? And to do the uncomfortable things, not bad things, but uncomfortable things that we might not be very good at the beginning, so that we can become successful to get the lifestyle that we want. Okay? So I want to ask Ice, okay? When people go to your shop, everything's so nice, of course you don't have much objections, okay? Right? But what are the common objections you see when you come to see the Nu Skin business? You know, and how do you overcome these type of objections?
Okay, actually objection is only that few lah. It's always like MLM or it's like, I don't sell, I cannot, it's not for me. I don't do sales, So basically it's like, especially people know that it's MLM, they will like reject you, they will say, no, it's not my cup of tea, It's actually, after a while you find that, yeah, it's actually very normal, it's very common already. So the thing is how you overcome. Okay, for me, right, if let's say, I share with someone about New Skin business, and then they say, no lah, it's MLM, it's not for me, this and that, and then I will try to actually educate them. Yeah, if they give me a chance, I will actually share with them more about what is New Skin, and why I want to do this business, and who are all the leaders in this business. Yeah, and then I'll share with them, and also I try to educate them, yeah, this is what I can do to overcome.
So you notice the objections you get is the same as what you get, isn't it? The same as what we all get also, right? Yeah, so it's the same. It's just like it's raining outside, you stand outside, you get wet, we also. Right? It's not like we don't get wet and then only you all get wet, okay? So it doesn't mean that we don't get the same objections as you, but it's how you deal with them. And even some of you had these objections before you came into this room, right? Or before you even joined the business, okay? So to be mindful of that, right? And a no is never a no. Okay, so Hock Seng, you started the business early, like you mentioned. So what's the difference between somebody starting now and starting many years ago? Some of them say, I'm too late already lah. Maybe you succeed because you're early. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's very common for people to think that, you guys are New Skin already so long, and then everybody already know New Skin and can join already. But do you know the rule is that you can only join New Skin when you turn 18? And every day there are someone turn 18, right? So it's no saturation, no such thing as saturation, right? So I think I want to probably explain in a few scenarios. Number one is, many years ago we do, 18, 19 years ago, the tools are different. We use flip chart. I don't know if Dr. Lam will use flip chart now. We use flip chart, we do home party, the kind of things. Home party. It's not party, it's actually work. Okay, but you got paint people's face and all this, right? But now, we got technology that you look at the YouTube, you do yourself. They buy themselves, everything themselves in DIY. It's so convenient, right? Tools are different, products are different. Products are very different. Last time I remember the highest value is like light pack. $100 over is 50 points, and now. A few measurements is they get a 1,000 point, $2,000 worth of TR90. It's same person, same effort. You have to do 20 light packs. What to talk to 20 people close equals to one light pack. So product development plus the technologies and all that. It looks so cool and sexy. Those devices, number one. Okay, last time we got number one. So another thing is also probably the market present. In the past when we joined, when you heard about New Skin is what got old skin and new skin, so but now actually when you say New Skin, many people know that actually is a branded name. It's number one, direct selling company in Singapore for consecutive 8 years. Can you imagine? So everybody know about this company, which means reliable. And if you want to use a product, use New Skin's product. You want to join the business, the company that create the most millionaires, right? Now, actually the last point is also important, the company's comp plan. Well, for those of you who join now, probably you don't know what legacy comp plan is. But for all of us who join, quite early, concept is, last time you have to use before you earn. You use before you earn. Now is you can earn first before you use. So this itself will really create opportunity for people to earn the money first before they talk about using the product. But of course, using product is a crucial thing. It's a cornerstone to succeed. However, the present comp plan that we have, actually, I don't know how to explain it, but allow every one of us to earn more to earn faster and to earn forever. Because the structure has already put in such a way that this is the most innovative complaint I've ever seen in the world. You can just trust in it. And it is achievable. The most important is now many people who, last time we call it executive, right? Executive means now called brand representative. We heard executive earning about $5,000, few $1,000 stock. Great thing. Now with this new complaint, we heard about the brand rep, just brand rep, already earning more than $20,000 a month. The kind of complaint never heard of. So time has changed. The way of doing the business is different, but the principle is the same. I would say that the principle is the same, but the way we do it is different. The technology, everything is aligned for the present people who join in, whether you are young or old. It's the right time. It's the best time to use to do it, right? I think so.
Yeah. So, Hock Seng, he joined 19 years ago. We can sign up when you're 18 years old. That means at the point of time he joined, some of the people who can sign up are not made yet, Think about it, isn't it? Right? Yeah. Okay. So Andrew, you're a millennial, right? And what challenges do you encounter? Because some of them say maybe I'm too young, no experience. So what sort of challenges you encounter? And you feel millennials will be able to succeed in this business?
Very good question. I think challenges, I need to spend 2 days to talk about it. You guys can stay for 2 days. But I'll just keep it in summary. I think, I speak for at least as a millennial point of view. I think millennials who first came in, I came in like 3.5 years ago. I faced some challenges such as, people do not trust me as much, as a young person. Let's say if today I'm doing news, I have a business I'll share with you. Then you do business, are you sure or not? They say I thought, even for me, I thought that business, right, was always for older people, like you guys. Right? When I was young, wiser people, that's words. So I was thinking, hey, then I realized, after I came to news, I say, actually, right, young people can also be very successful, if you want it. And there are some challenges such as skill set, because I didn't study network marketing, I didn't study sales, right? And every business you need marketing or sales, but whatever I studied in sports and nutrition science wasn't related, okay? And some things is, also one of the challenges I think many of you face is, I worry about what people think of me. I need to be very honest. I think what allowed me to overcome, right, was I think I'm very grateful to my mentors in life because they shared with me a lot of breakthroughs in terms of my mindset. And I realized those young people who are doing very well, right, they're willing to give up short-term gratification to pursue the long-term success that they want, in this business. And I realized at the age of 23 all the way to 30, right, this 7 years of golden period, right, allows us, right, as millennials to make mistakes. Because, money you can always earn back, but you can't earn back time. And which is why when I was at this age 3 years ago, I realized that, hey, even if I have challenges, even if I make mistakes, just do it, lor. Because if you don't make mistakes, you don't fail, you will never learn, ma. And if today I do not have the skill sets, I don't have the mindset, I don't have the sales skills, I have no network, whatever it is, right, that is exactly the point why I should do something to improve on these areas, am I right? Because if I stay the same, I'll always be in the same point A. Which is why I'm very grateful to Nu Skin, because Nu Skin is a platform that allows the average, millennial like me, no background, no money, maybe I have a dream lah, okay? But allow me to pursue my success without much risk. Yeah, without much risk. If today I want to start my own business, which I did in the past, lost a lot of money, but because I did not have someone to coach me, I didn't have a platform for me to carry out all these things. And I think with all these challenges in Nu Skin, it just made me a better person. It grew me to become a better leader as well. And I think I'm very thankful to Nu Skin. So, thank you.
Yeah, Andrew, I also started my business as a millennial. In the so-called millennial years, right? So I started my own business when I was 26. I was interviewing people to work for me who are double my age at that time. right? So what we're trying to say is that how you classify yourself, too young, too old, too whatever, that's your limitation. That is your mental limitation, because at the end of the day, it's what you create and what you visualize. It's not about how young or how old. So those of you who attended Amy Chow's session 2 days ago, she started at 21, right? Some of you are considered older already than her, isn't it? Right? So never ever give yourself that limitation. Okay? So ICE. So many of you might not know ICE tried to build new skin, then maybe you tell your story, then you stop doing the business, then you came back round 2, right? So this is round 2. So what's the difference in your attitude after you came back, right? And what are you doing differently now as compared to round 1?
Yeah, maybe I can share a little bit why I left, okay? Shortly after I became a brand representative, I left the business and I stopped for about 1 year. And the reason because I left the business is because of all the challenges that I faced. Like just now I shared, I think so much, and I overthink. So the second time when I came back, right, it's also because during that period when I'm not in this business, my fashion business was really good. And then while actually I'm doing my fashion business, I start to realize that what I'm doing is an active income, okay? And then I even asked myself, will this business continue another 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, 10 years? And then I also asked myself if whether the customer that buying from me right now, will they continue to buy, and how long will my own brand last? And that makes me very worried. I have this fear. And also because before that, I already know what is Nu Skin business model. And I know that my own business won't give me that kind of business model, which is called a leverage, global and leverage. So when I come back the second time, I was very committed because I feel that this is really what I want from Nu Skin business, which my own traditional business cannot give it to me. So the second time when I come back, I think because of my mindset, I really changed my mindset. I know that I can achieve my goals and my dreams in Nu Skin. Yeah, so I come back with a different kind of mindset. And also, I treat this Nu Skin business as my own business. So when you really take the ownership of this business, it's like your own child, even they are how naughty, how difficult to deal with, you will still continue. But then when you are a teacher, whereby you are teaching you are a tutor, right? If you find that it's so hard, maybe you can think, oh, okay, maybe I don't teach these kids anymore, and another one. But if it's your own, no matter what, you will try your best, okay? So when you really treat this business as your own, you take the ownership of this business, that is how, you find that you will, no matter what happens, whatever obstacles, you will actually figure it out. Yeah, so this is what I do the second time when I come back. Yeah.
I think also because I finally recognized that she made a decision. You finally, the first time round, maybe you didn't make a concrete decision. The second time round, she made a decision, this is it. That's the difference, You have to make that decision. Once you make the decision, actually all the other things that come along the way, it's not an obstacle. It's just part of the process. And just things you have to solve to go to the next step. Okay, so Hock Seng, one more last question, okay? We talk about obstacles. So what are the obstacles to success, Because honestly, there are people who come in and then they build and then they stop. Some of you might have seen some friends say, last time I used to do Nu Skin, right? Yeah. So what are the common obstacles to success and common reasons why people stop, and what should they avoid so that they won't be part of that group?
If you want to hear the 19 years, then you can't go home. So I decided to bring it into 2 parts only. The first part is common obstacle, right? Then the second part is why they leave, right? If you break it down, what obstacles do we have? There is no obstacle. It's just that we are distracted. Many of us, when we come in, we're excited. We saw some lights, and then someone put something in front of you, the light gone. Right? Sometimes see, sometimes don't. Then you say, oh, it's not working. Just got distraction. So I write all this distraction, right? It's supposed to be energy served to see better clarity. But many people see distraction as bad thing. So they hold back. They say, I go slow, and that's it. Go slow means, So you don't see clearly, you can't move forward. Distraction actually can kill people, right? Second one is time management. I think all of us, before we join New Skill, we've got something to do, like not sitting at home, right? So how do you manage? I learned time management a lot from Dr. Lam. He's busy doing his cleaning and all this. One of the lessons you must repeat, ask her to play her time management in that session. It's super. How to do New Skill when you are so busy, right? In the car, in the bathroom and all this. But now, actually, you got social media now. Wow, a lot of problems solved already. So time management is key because that is the one that actually deter us from creating some actionable result. Right? So second part, why people out of the business? Now, for the start, when a person come into the business because they are excited, they have some dream, they have some desire, and they're happy and they stay because at the end they see the result. So if you stop having the excitement, if you stop, you can give up your desire, you stop the business, right? Or you end, you see, how come I do so long already no result, especially your friend asks, how long you do New Skill already? 6 months. 6 months still got no income. No result. Because you relate the result to the dollar and cent. But you didn't know that actually the result comes in so many perspectives, right? Now, but most important, it is the middle part. Desire, you can keep it there. Result, you can wait. But the center part called belief. Now, do you know what drives all businesses, traditional businesses, out of business? Run out of cash flow. It is business. The moment you run out of belief, you're out. Some of you, belief can buy one, man. Belief, how much is that? Where to get the belief? Yeah, we really got to build belief. Today you are here, you are already building a belief. You hear what this morning when Tan Jun and Joan and Dr. Lams, there's a huge belief. Even when I was 19 years, when I hear that, I was excited. But the Q&A was super. There was a belief building. Every day, every moment, your job is to build your belief. Just like your cash business, traditional business, you got to consider having your cash flow healthy. That means keep your belief high, because like any other business, right? Traditional, they run out of cash. Here, you can run out of your belief. Why? Because every rejection coming steals some of your belief. Every situation you face steals some of your belief. Your children sick, your belief low. Your mother scold you, or mother say something, or your loved one say something, your belief go down. So every moment somebody is stealing our belief. Every moment we must build our belief. So whichever is faster. So you build belief better than you waste your belief or you lost your belief. You stay. Once you go lower than that, amber light. Once you finish your belief, bye-bye. Yeah, I hope it helps.
Okay, can you give Hoxing a big round of applause? Don't you agree? Businesses stop because they go bust, right? At New Skin, that's why I love the business is because you can control it. You can control your belief system. You can control all these aspects because it's you. But in traditional business, like let's say my clinic, even if I want to do, no more cash flow, I have to stop. Got the difference? Right? So at least you can control it, and that's the best part about it. Okay? So thank you so much, our leaders today, because of we have had a long day, so we shall not drag them too long. Can we